Alrighty, you guys, welcome back to a brand new episode here on
The ankle.
Hey Amber.
The ankle's a little mean.
So we're changing it up. It's no longer Whoopi. We now have Buffalo Bill. Because that is the energy that all of these Wisconsin lesbians is giving me. I'm not gonna lie. I don't want to talk too much ish about this person or their friend, but they all seem messy. I'm not gonna lie. But that's how it is, right? Like, I think we know the character of Amberlynn. And so anyone that Amberlynn vouches for, you know that, like, there's probably something off. And then anyone that would be associated with that person, there's probably going to be something off. It's just like, birds of a feather. They flock together. So, now, I do feel bad that this person went through so much crap regarding Tommy, Emily, Willow, Oak, whatever. Whatever the frickin' sociopath's name is. And this new bit of tea that Jordy released the other night, I don't know if we can even really consider it tea, because it's more so just proof, I would say at least, that it's just more so proof that this person is really who they say they are. And we were speculating about that. I saw a lot of comments from you guys that you're not too sure if you can really take what this person is saying. We have proof. And a little bit of a disclaimer that Jordy also gave. He has names. He has addresses. He has businesses and places of employment. That stuff is all very easy to find. I'm not saying go out and get it. The farms, they've already found basically everything. Jordy's just doing his job as a good reactor, as just a good person with, knowledge of how the internet works, that you can't put that stuff out there. So he's just being smart about it. I get that. It's just in that first, little rundown, it did seem a little, fishy. You know what I mean? But all that being said, thank you so much for tuning on in, you guys. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Like and subscribe, become a chan. So, yeah, there's been, like I said, a little bit more tea released. More so just kind of talking about all of the drama, I guess, that led up to this person coming forward. But, yeah, I figured, we'll check it out. Might as well. It's a little bit more, honestly, it's not really tea. It's more so kind of just proof that this person is more than likely who they say they are. So, I figured, I know it's not really pertinent information, but there was a lot of people speculating, including me. So it was good to kind of get this reassurance, I guess. But yeah, with that, let's just dive right on in, guys, shall we? It went well. Remember, the blue is Jordy. It went well. Some people questioned the realness of what you had to say, but it would be difficult for me to prove any more without giving out personal information, which I'm not going to do. That's understandable. I wanted to ask, are you still in contact with your ex-wife at all? And as they should question everything, that's a little weird. But the more people start digging into the information that was shown, the mortal just proves everything. So, Jordy did say that she thinks she's doing talk to text, so that's why there's so many, spelling mistakes and whatnot. Prove everything that I said was correct and 100% true. I'm just glad it finally caught somebody's attention like yours. Like I said, I don't want any fame off of this shit. I just want people to know who Emily really is and what she is capable of. Unfortunately, I am not in contact with my ex-wife, but her mother sometimes checks my profile, but we do not speak. For marriage was over and she was basically already moved into Emily's house. Emily ended up selling a townhouse that she had lived in, and that's when she had bought the house. Damn. Tommy really got some money. It was a very bad breakup, and I was in the middle of it because of the blank that happened at work. Also, the blank that happened between my ex-wife and Emily. I ended up talking to a detective on behalf of my ex-wife because of Emily. So honestly, it's something that I left in my past 4 years ago. Now, the way that this is being framed, it makes it sound like Emily is the one being investigated. Not entirely, you guys. But, like I also said, birds of a feather. So if Emily is freaking crazy, it's a good bet that anyone else around her is going to be a psycho too. And I mean, look, Amberlynn, hey. Like, the contents of it is, my ex-wife had the cops called on her while she was at Emily's house at the end of their relationship. We were broken up already at this point. She may or may not have had Emily stuck in the garage with other details that I'm not going to disclose. See, this seems shady. Alright, girl. Like, yeah, I understand you have kind of this personal vendetta against Emily, but your friend sounds like a mess, too. I'm sorry. I'm just going to keep it real. Everyone in this sounds like a mess. So I'm glad I'm watching it, you know, from my little corner over here. All this, there was stuff going on at work, but due to Emily calling the cops on my ex-wife at the end of their relationship, I was brought back into the picture because I was talking to a detective on behalf of my ex-wife due to what Emily was doing and showing people at work. Now, yeah, there is some messed up bits in here. Emily was literally showing coworkers a video of my ex-wife while she lived with Emily walking around Noodle while they were in the middle of a fight. Okay, that's illegal. That's illegal. That could be justified as revenge, you know, PORN. Now, this is further proof. I don't think we need to get into it too much because none of these are Tommy's charges. You know, also, hi, Jordy, you little sliver here. But from that altercation with this person's ex-wife and Emily, the charges were false imprisonment, domestic v, endanger safety / use / dangerous weapon. People think that there was probably a car involved, more domestic abuse, disorderly conduct. So, I mean, DV charges on all of these. Yikes. Guilty due to no contest plea, charge dismissed but read in, and charge dismissed but read in. So, these were read but completely dismissed. Did not contest the false imprisonment. Which, yeah, if you keep someone locked up in your garage or also a basement, that is false imprisonment. But, it also, like, it just also feels very kind of scummy. Like, we know that Emily's father has connections, especially most likely legal connections within the town. So, you know, like, she could probably have just about anything slapped onto someone, and it might not stick, but, you know, this is going to be on someone's report. And maybe that's why this person's so mad? Who knows? Although it's their ex, so I don't know why they would care if their ex caught a charge. It's all super effed up, and no matter what ALR has done, she's going to be severely effed up after Emily. Well, okay. Not saying that, like, I want it to happen and I'm not justifying it, but every single person that Amber has dated has been super effed up after they got done with her. So, girl, I mean, time to take some of your own medicine, I guess. Plus, also, I think it's a little bit sad or a little bit iffy that this person is so creepy, nasty, talking about Emily, and just off-putting. And it seems like most of the people around her in her area know that. It seems like most people are able to pick up on that pretty quickly. I wonder how Amber's mom feels about being the one to go and hand deliver her to this psychopath. You know, like, if she's right outside of Milwaukee, bam, does it make sense? The amount of serial killers up there, dude, it's freaking crazy. There have been some people who have dug into your story a bit more and found out truths to it. Yes, a lot of you also did comment that you're more, you know, deep into the farms and whatnot. I just don't go and check it out, to be honest with you. And you were able to find proof? All right, that's fine. I'll take your guys' word for it. I did see something about false imprisonment, so that's what I'm going to assume you meant by the putting her in the garage thing. Do you think your ex-wife would have any interest in telling her story? I highly doubt she would talk to you because that's not something she wants to bring up. Like I said, there were cops involved and it was a pretty serious thing. If you happen to, I don't know where that leads on to. She was in the year of blank. You will sure be able to find baby daddy is in information and he may or may not be willing to speak. Yo, imagine if Emily's baby daddy freaking came forward. The man that has full custody of her child. Ooh. I mean, it's his kid too, yes, but yeah. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. If the dad wasn't there to, like, step up, I don't want to make this assumption. I really don't. I really, really don't want to say that. She's just kind of giving Casey Anthony vibes. I'm just going to be honest. The baby daddy's current girlfriend reached out to one of Amberlynn's friends a few months ago. I doubt the baby daddy would want to get involved with this. LOL. What? Reached out to one of Amberlynn's friends? What? I haven't heard about that, but T, I guess. I don't know. That's a little weird, right? Right? There was one chick from blank, but I don't know her name because she was a short-lived, like, 350-pound girl. Damn. Yeah, but I don't know her name from there or blank. Emily dated her too. Okay, so, yeah, as suspected, literally everyone that Emily has gone after or dated, pretty much since adulthood, seems to be a biggie. So, clearly a very strong fetish girl. One thing I did catch, I'm a little bit that I was there is my job. Oh my god. I hate talk to text. My job at blank was literally a psychiatric care technician advance. So it's basically a psych CNA, and the float part comes to play because most people are permanently based at one unit, as where I was all over the hospital because I was afloat. Oh, okay, gotcha. And thank you for honestly covering this stuff and getting the word out about Emily. I know people are there for the ALR chick, but I personally don't care about her. See, that's funny. And I think it's gonna be like kind of an interesting dose of extra hurt for Amber that this person doesn't care at all about her. It honestly kind of has nothing to do with Amberlynn, right? She just happens to be dating this psycho now. But I have a feeling that, like, this person's just complete disdain or just nonchalantness towards ALR is going to piss ALR off. But the fact that a creator, I'm guessing is what, like you, is trying to uncover ALR's GF's bullish is amazing. Keep doing you. Okay, well, I mean, we're going to need a little bit more tea than just this girly pop. You can try to reach out to my bestie, blank, blank, blank. But I don't know if she would spill tea because she's non-confrontational. But she did snap back on some of the comments in the TikToks. Blank went to high school with her, LOL, and blank wife also worked with me at blank with Emily. Jesus, dude. Are there like 50 people in this town and half of them are lesbians? Like, what? Alright, now this is the bestie, apparently. Switched over and Jordy started talking to them. Yeah, I heard of all that. People have said she was trans when she was in high school, but she wasn't. Was that like something that was said back in the day? She was emo/goth type. Even back then, though, she didn't make the best choices. Well, it's not like someone just randomly wakes up one day and F's up their whole life. It's a long process to get there. She hung out with a small group of kids that were also emo/goth. Now, see, this is also very much giving, like, small-town Midwest vibes. I do apologize if that comes off a certain way, but, like, what's with some of y'all and, oh, goth or emo people? Oh my god! It just sounds stupid to be ragging on people for their aesthetic choices like that, you know? Like, Emily's a horrible person. She's a psychopath. She's a feeder. She's an abuser. But I guess the worst thing she could be is a goth, right? I did talk to blank ex. Her ex and I were pretty close while they were together when I found about Emily's GF dying. Oh, so this is recent. Some crazy stuff happened between Emily and her ex, which I fully think Emily must have pushed every one of her buttons to get her to the point she was at to do what she did. I don't want to disclose that info for the sake of X's privacy. Anyway, when I told her about Emily's ex that passed away and how big she was, she told me Emily would try to get her to drink protein shakes. Holy shit. Well, we know how Amberlynn is. She loves drinking protein shakes when she doesn't need to. Whether she did or not, I'm not sure. Her and I don't talk. Blank either since her and Blank broke up. Okay. This is more from the bestie. Sounds like Blank was put through hell. I think the Blank that they're talking about, Jordy did clarify, it's the one that had diabetes that was locked down in the basement. She really was, but she was also battling Blank, and Emily, being an RN in psychiatric field, knew exactly how to get under Blank's skin. I think she manipulated her so bad and took advantage of her being in such a low place mentally at that time. Now, that does give me conflict of interest vibes. It really does. So this person knows like how to manipulate someone with severe mental illness, essentially. That's what they're getting at, is this person is able to see someone that they can manipulate and take over. That's really disgusting and that's really frightening. And that also scares me for if Amberlynn gets out of this relationship, which I hope she does, honestly, after we get our tea out of it. But Emily could just so easily move on, and she's always going to have a supply of victims because of her work. That's a scary thing. That really is, especially when we take into consideration that she preys after weak, vulnerable, emotionally kind of stunted or emotionally dependent people. That's dangerous, okay? Now, I'm not saying anything about anything, so don't be, putting words in my mouth. But I don't think someone like that should be a psych nurse, no less. And this is the last one, so, yeah. I mean, I knew Blank pretty well. I truly in my heart don't think she could have done what she did without being seriously provoked. That's valid too, okay? A lot of people's crazy doesn't come out until they're pushed into a severe situation. Being forced to break and just being downright crazy are two completely different things. And narcissists, which I have a feeling that has to do with Emily as well, narcissists love to be the one to push you and push you and push you, pushing your boundaries, pushing your standards, and pushing how low your own self-respect can go. They will do that, and then when you finally have enough and give them that medicine back, then you're the abuser. Then you're the horrible, horrible person. You know what I mean? So there is a difference. I do want to distinguish between that, but it all seems really messy. That's what I mean by I think Emily knew exactly what to do to get her to that point. Valid, yes. Why would you feed a diabetic protein shakes? OMG, that too. It's all crazy to me. I'll never be able to wrap my head around how any of this is attractive to her. I also feel bad for her kid. I feel bad for the kid as well. Because one, no child deserves to grow up with a mother that is capable, but just doesn't want anything to do with you. You know what I mean? That is shitty. Yeah, it is. She maybe should have thought about that before going and getting pregnant. But also, whatever. And if her dad is the fire chief, please. She could have afforded you-know-what. So, I wonder if the kid was a tactic against this guy that obviously Emily had a relationship with at some point, but who knows? And apparently there's more tea revolving that as well. I'm sure it'll all come out eventually. It always kind of does, right? But I'm also not really too interested what Amberlynn's thoughts on this are. I really don't care, honestly, because to her, it's all going to be nonsense. It's all going to be us just trying to take away her happiness, which, whatever, girl, whatever. If that's how you want to look at it, then fine. But don't come crying here when your ankle is broken and you're stuck down in the basement, okay? Okay. I mean, shit, maybe that's why Tommy wants all that loose skin. You know? Because Buffalo Bill, he wanted the skin loose so that, maybe she's making her own fat suit. Anyways, you guys, thank you so much for tuning on in. I know this is a shorter one. It's just kind of like a midday pick-me-up. And I figured we would discuss some of this new tea. I don't know as though it necessarily pertains to Emily and Amberlynn dynamic, but it does paint, I guess, more of a picture of who Tommy is, who Emily is, and what their reputation in this small Wisconsin town is. It seems like they're the talk of the town, and not for any good reason. So I'm sure Mom and Dad are really proud of you for that, Emily. But thank you so much for tuning on in, you guys. I truly do appreciate y'all. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Like and subscribe, become a cha. I'm going to be working today on a bunch of stuff for the other channel, so keep your eyes peeled over the next few days. There's going to be some stuff. But yeah, thank you so much. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will catch you in the next one. Take care.